What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. And so first things first, I want to get something out of the way. So last video we showed you guys the front end of the car just kind of slapped together as it is now with the shark nose front bumper. A lot of people didn't like that. So if you look at this car with these side skirts, which are some like Duraflex BN style skirts or something, it's pretty low, and we still have like 2 inches to go downwards. These skirts are going to be ridiculously low as it is. The D-Max skirts are like an inch and a half, or they're like an inch or an inch and a half lower than these, but the front bumper and the rear bumper are equally as low as the skirts, so it would just like drag on everything. And I'm gonna daily this car. I'm gonna drive it way too much. For the sake of longevity and for the sake of my itchy, sad hands, I am not going to be running a huge D-Max kit on this car. Although I do still have it, I don't want to run it. So my plan for the shark nose front bumper was to put a lip on it from like a Mark IV Supra, because we've got a JZ in this car, and that's like, everyone's like, oh, JZ, it's a Supra, you know. So I don't know, I thought it'd be funny to get like a Supra lip that would be polyurethane and then graft it to this front bumper the same way I did to Quentin's Skyline. I know there wasn't a lot of content on that front bumper, but like, that front bumper was super solid. You could like bash it on anything and it just took it. So and it looked great. So that's kind of my plan with this front bumper. Now I will be using these skirts, and we'd like to make some sort of spats for the rear end. Maybe a diffuser, I don't know. So if I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, we're at a little bit of a standstill with this car, because like all we have to do right now is wire it like the rest of the way. You guys saw it start, but what we were doing is we were jumping power to the ignition. Mark Panic, like I said in the last video, is coming down to help us, but until that happens, we're kind of like, oh shit, what the hell do we do? So yeah, I've been just kind of doing little things. I slapped the old 50/50 tails back on, because for now, that's what we're going to be running on this car. I also went and put the interior back together. I had it torn apart, so I don't know if you guys ever saw it torn apart, but it was. It's as put together as it can be. I put my garage Moon Power floor mats in. These are like the sickest floor mats in the world. I love them. But yeah, so just got some things situated in there. I'm gonna get the gauge pods hooked up. Alright, so I did decide to screw in the gauge pod. Reason being, I've never had good luck with double-sided tape. Eventually you walk into your car, you getting into your car, and like whatever you double stick taped has fallen off. I used 2 very small black screws right there. You can barely see it. And 1 right up there. They are nice and solid, and every time I get into my car, these gauges will be right here, no matter how hot it is outside. I like that. Alright, so another thing that we're going to be doing with this car, for the sake of like it being more Skid's old car, is we are going to be doing the mono wiper thing. So I'm gonna go ahead, take this guy off. Yeet. Make sure it's the same size. Yep. Okay, so those dudes are the same size, so I can just set this one off to the side. Now we'll go over here with our 14 millimeter. I don't know if it's a 14 or a 13, but this 14 is working. So, you know what? I'm not gonna argue. Let me put it just friggin'. Yeah, bring it in, man. Hold on. Now we will take our wiper blade. Fun fact, I've never installed a wiper blade before. I have no clue how it works. That seems to be a common thing with car guys though. Nobody knows how to put on a wiper blade.
Okay, so I feel like I'm unreasonably excited about this. So we're going to do some clear coating tonight. Clear on the carbon hood and more clear on the roof. And the purpose for re-clearing the roof is to get rid of some of the texture, and I'm hoping it'll show as I move slowly here. But some of the texture from the lace shows through. And while it's kind of cool, it's also not right for this kind of paint job. It should look like glass, in my opinion. So that's kind of the style and the look, and I think it's achievable. So we're gonna just go ahead and sand all these nibs, all the little, there's so much dust in this thing, and try to level it out a little bit. I'm gonna put a couple of good thick coats more clear on there. So here are the tools we're going to use to redo the carbon fiber hood. We've got a couple of different grades of sandpaper. Should have 80, 220, or 80, 120, and 220, but I'll have to find my 100-ish grit. Got a orbital sander here, just some glass cleaner to basically just test to see how we're doing. You can see that it kind of will show you, I mean, any like water would do that, but it'll show you if we're making progress, if it looks good. In any case, also got a respirator. Fiberglass dust is not good for you, like most dust isn't good for you, and so I try to be careful when I can. This is a lot of it, like 90% of it looks really good.
Yeah, I just came out to see what Samsquanch was up to. I was doing some editing, and he's making some glass looking shit. This is crazy. Like that is very clearly carbon fiber now.
It looks like it might all work out.
That's pretty baller.
When we picked up the hood, we honestly didn't know. If we kind of just figured worst case scenario, we'd paint it. And you know what? Okay, so all the hype about carbon fiber hoods and being light, it's light. It's like crazy stupid light. Yeah. So I guess if you were looking for weight reduction, okay, fine, this is cool. But it looks good. That's, I think, why we're here.
Yep, this was a good deal.
It was.
What else would you be doing at 1:30 a.m.?
Dude, this is always how things go, man. It's 1:30 in the morning and we're making hood spacers. I've got this neat stock right here that's kind of a horseshoe shape, and it's gonna work great for this purpose. So if you look over here, we've got the hood like hinge, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting out a little chunk of this stock, and we're going to be tacking it and then welding it eventually in place like that. So this will raise the back end of the hood on the 240 so that hopefully we can get a little bit more cooling, you know, get a little bit more air out of the engine bay so that we don't overheat as much, because big motor, small car.
turning knobs and stuff. Yeah. Gonna turn on the gas and give it a spark and then stacking the dimes. Oh yeah.
Dude, I love this shit. It makes me so happy.
Samsquanch is here.
Samsquanch showed up with the brand new carbon fiber hood. Holy crap.
Where the
I'm sick
hood
of
at?
looking at this thing. Except for it's not brand new, it's the same old piece of shit we bought.
Yeah, except it's gonna look amazing.
Hopefully so. It's got some weird stuff, but when you get it wet, it looks like it'll be alright. Like, you can see these shiny spots, like that's popped into the carbon fiber, but there was no way to avoid it.
Alright, so Coose and I got those holes drilled in the top of the little spacers that are on the brackets. So now we can put these back on the hood, and the hood will be nice and spaced out. Samsquanch is going to paint these guys when he paints the other stuff that I welded in the engine bay.
Yippee.
Thank you.
So enthusiastic about it.
I'm in a sanding daze. I'm like, I've reached sanding zen status. I'm just,
I'm gonna fuck off.
You're just getting deep, man. Getting philosophical.
If you can't beat him, join him. Which is why I'm leaving. Alright, have a good night, boys.
Good morning, Coose. Thank you for the help.
Good morning.
It's like 3 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yo, it's 2:40.
Oh, it's 2:40 in the morning, man.
Oh!
Wow.
Gnarly, dude.
That's crazy.
That's fucking.
It's a sign from the gods.
Yeah, we got it.
Good morning, Coose. Well, that was nice.
I like shoes.
Yeah, I like Coose too. The hood looks unbelievable compared to how it was. It's like, it's really damn good. And with some clear on the top of that, hopefully it'll pop pretty well. That's kind of baller. Alright, so we're finally laying clear down on the hood and on the roof. And yeah, nah.
It's gonna be great. I'm tired and you're crazy.
Holy shit. This looks so good. Wow. That looks really good. Hell yeah.
Does it look any different? I didn't even really look at it. Seemed like it was dusty again, but there'll be so much clear on there this time we can sand and buff it, and it'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's pretty good.
It's clearly thicker.
Yeah.
Cow. Get out. This is death. Death.
So, the hood's clear, the roof's clear. Made a set of spacers for the hinges for the hood. Put the interior back together. And maybe we did some other stuff in this video. I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't really know. But I think that I'm gonna go throw these clips on the computer and try to make a video for 12 o'clock today. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, Dad, for painting more of my shit. And I hope you guys have a beautiful time.
What else would you be doing at 1:30 a.m.?
Dude, this is always how things go, man. It's 1:30 in the morning and we're making hood spacers.